today's episode of Good Morning Acadia. We have three very special guests for you today, here to discuss the Deepwater Horizon oil spill that recently happened in the Gulf of Mexico. We will be talking to Brianna Hike, who is a communications specialist from BP, and we also have Grayson Klimek and Jordan Waterbury, who are industry experts that will be in to give us their perspective on the issue. Please join me in welcoming Brianna Hike. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
So are you able to give us a little bit more detail as to what exactly happened?
Absolutely. So the Deepwater Horizon oil rig is actually leased by our company. It was found in the Gulf of Mexico, and it was part of the Macondo exploration. On the actual night of April 20th, there was a gas release that in turn led to a huge explosion, and that turned into a fire that burned for approximately 36 hours before the actual rig itself sank.
Now, I understand that a lot of people have had some environmental concerns. Does BP know the full extent of what environmental damage has been caused as a result of the spill?
Well, Kristen, the oil rig actually leaked hydrocarbons, and a total of 5.4 million barrels spilled into the Gulf. We tried to control the spill to the best of our control, but were unsuccessful. We have since gotten it under control, though, and it is being contained. We are committed to ensuring that this doesn't happen again on any of our rigs due to the excessive amount of damage.
Well, that's good that you finally got it under control. Now, it's a touchy subject, but were there any casualties? Was anybody hurt in the accident?
Unfortunately, 11 people did die due to the incident, and there were several others injured. Our condolences, though, do go out to all the families and friends that were impacted in this accident, and we do apologize significantly.
Well, I really appreciate you coming in and joining me today to talk a little bit more about what actually happened. Is there anything else that you or the company would like to share with the public?
It's my pleasure to be here. I'd actually like to reach out and say a huge thank you on behalf of myself and BP. We couldn't do it without the individuals and support teams that have assisted us in the restoration of the Gulf and the shoreline itself. We couldn't be doing it on our own.
Well, thank you so much again for being here, and we'll be right back with our industry experts that'll give us their perspective on the situation, so don't go away, we'll be right back. We gathered a participant today to test out our new Febreze.
Tell me what you smell.
Smells like unicorns running through a daisy field. Anything happy, really. It just smells so good.
Take up your blindfold.
Oh my god!
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again at Good Morning Acadia. We are talking today about the Deepwater Horizon spill that happened in the Gulf of Mexico. Our next guests are here to talk to us about their perspective on the events. Please join me in welcoming Grayson Klimek and Jordan Waterbury. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime. So now I'm really interested to get an external perspective on the day's events. What do you perceive as being the contributing factors that affected the spill?
Conducting extensive research, we have formed the opinion that motivation played a huge part in the Deepwater spill. We've noticed that after researching further into the company, that BP's motivations are mostly based on turning a profit, rather than the needs of their employees. What this led to is a lack of enforcement of safety policies, and therefore an increase in extrinsic motivation for both the company and its employees, the opposite of what a company should be promoting.
Now, there are also some rumors that leadership might have had some effects on the spill itself. Are you able to comment on that at all?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Over the past couple of years, BP has had some major changes in their leadership team. The first change that we've noticed is a change in the chairman on their board of directors and changes to the executive team. These changes affected the direction of the company, and they also caused a new employee initiative that further led to employee dissatisfaction.
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting. Those are some major changes for the company. In your opinion, does personality or teamwork play another factor in what we saw happen?
Teamwork and leadership are definitely something to consider, but as far as we can tell, it wasn't necessarily something that affected the spill.
That's good to know. Now, another thing that I wanted to touch base with you is, does the public's perception of BP as a company, or even the oil industry as a whole, how does that affect it as well, or does it even?
After the spill, but now more that the spill has been dealt with. It is a well-known fact that the oil and gas industry is perceived as being extremely cold-hearted and only in it for their monetary gain. And we believe that BP's knowledge of this perception and their efforts in trying to reshape their company to be more people-friendly might have pushed them more into an effort in cleaning up the spill. They were trying to reinforce this reputation that they are trying to make for themselves.
I'd like to thank you both for coming in and sharing your opinions on the matter. It's very insightful to get an external opinion as well as hear from BP, the company itself as well. On behalf of myself and my staff, I'd like to say thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having
For
us.
joining us on another episode of Good Morning at Acadia. Be sure to join us next week. Beyonce will be here and we're going to talk about her new single and when you can purchase her new album. Thanks again and have a great day.